That's all for this edition of Dateline. We'll see you again Friday at 9, 8 Central. And of course, I'll see you each weeknight for NBC Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt. For all of us at NBC News, good night.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky.
You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings.
Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child.
I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Good evening and welcome into News 40 at 10. I'm Chris Allen. After a rainy day across the area, still getting a little bit of light shower activity. It's mostly scattered and now just going over to some patchy drizzle. We're even seeing a clearing line back to the west along the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. And eventually all these showers will move out and we'll see gradual clearing tomorrow. Around a ½ inch once you round it up here in the Bowling Green area. Most everybody picked up anywhere from 2/10 to 4/10 to a ½ inch of rain. Some of the exact amounts have been pretty on target for what we thought. 62 tonight, showers ending with a little patchy drizzle. The rest of your 7-day forecast and a big chill coming up in just a few minutes.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. Our top story tonight, a Bowling Green bar owner is arrested. Kentucky State Police say he was driving under the influence after troopers observed him swerving and excessively speeding. Jackson Washer is listed as a co-owner of the newly opened Dusty Boot in Bowling Green. According to an arrest citation, he is charged with speeding, reckless driving, and operating a motor vehicle under the influence. A breathalyzer test confirmed he was over twice the legal limit of alcohol intoxication. A report claims he was driving 74 miles per hour in a 45 zone. He was taken to the Warren County Regional Jail. Tonight we have an update in the 2015 disappearance of Crystal Rogers. Today her former boyfriend Brooks Houck is arraigned at the Nelson County Courthouse. He was arrested last week. He's charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence in connection to that case. 8 years after Crystal Rogers went missing. During the virtual court hearing today, the judge heard a motion filed by Houck's attorneys to lower his $10 million bond, arguing that his bond is unprecedented and unconstitutional. The judge will take some time to review the arguments before he makes a final decision. The next court date is in February of 2024. On more local news now, a pair of food drives set to help the community during the fall and Thanksgiving seasons are underway. News 40's Noah Fairber has more on these drives and how you can help provide food to those who can't afford it.
While one local Bowling Green organization is preparing for Thanksgiving,
we had done some work with Brad for some pest control needs that they needed for some of their clients that needed a little extra help. And so that got us in the spirit to try to give back to more of their clients that are in need. And so we decided to organize a Thanksgiving food drive.
Another is stocking up for the fall season.
It's going to take place from October 1st through October 31st, so the whole month. Our main idea with this food drive is just to collect a bunch of different types of food, not just cans. We're looking for peanut butter, boxes of rice, crackers, pretty much anything, nothing in a glass bottle or anything glass associated. All this food is going to go back to our clients.
This is the first time Kelsey has been able to do something like this with her company, and she's excited to get the opportunity.
I'm really excited to be able to do something like this. I've always wanted to give back to the community, and I feel like this is a good way to get out there and do that.
Meanwhile, Emma is doing an internship with Brad, and she decided to come up with a unique way to help her community.
It's always super neat to partner with someone that's new to us and get the ideas that they have. They've helped a lot plan this, and we haven't had anything like it, which is super, super cool.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
Thank you, Noah. This Saturday, the Hammer Inn returns to the Kentucky Museum. Blacksmiths from South Central Kentucky area and a special guest will show off their skills to the public from 10 a.m. to 3. The event is full of demonstrations and creations from these blacksmiths.
I think we have so many talented blacksmiths around here, and they're constantly learning from each other. Every second Tuesday of the month, from the first time we had the Hammer Inn, the Kentucky Forge Council was formed from that time. So 7 years we've been meeting at least once a month and teaching the public how to do some basic blacksmithing things.
The Hammer Inn is open to the public and free to attend. An award-winning folk artist stopped in Bowling Green today to give a demonstration to the folklore program at Western Kentucky University. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey went to the Pioneer Cabin to learn more.
Western Kentucky University hosts Willie Rasco, a folk artist from Hopkinsville. The event features talks from the artist as well as a demonstration of his work.
He's such an amazing character, and he's so kind and so giving, and I'm so glad that the community got to stop by today just to hear a little bit of what he has to say.
The event presents folklore studies and anthropology students at WKU with the opportunity to see and interact with not only physical pieces of folk art, but also hear the oral traditions of how Rasco works and views his craft.
When you see folklore in the public, specter, and you see all of these amazing things that you can do with, this degree, with this knowledge, right, and give back to the community in the way Willie does, it's life-changing.
Rasco simply enjoys making and has made his artwork the centerpiece of his life through connections and friendship.
I like the communication, letting people know what I have done for years, and to me, it's rewarding because I'm still here. I'm still doing it. I've been doing it 47 years.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
All right, Tucker. Well, if you didn't know, there's a company out there called Tnemic that started a contest back in 2006 to highlight customer projects that use their company's high-performance coatings. While it was just a marketing tool, it's now taken a life of its own called Tank of the Year, where all over the country submissions are made highlighting water tanks that use the company's products. Earlier this year, Russellville built a brand new water tower. It's now in the running for the competition. We asked a company representative about the contest who said they are happy to see so much community involvement every year.
I'll use last year for an example. I mean, just the local campaigns that we saw, news stations across the country and different groups that were going to social media and really highlighting their tank as part of this contest and encouraging everybody in the community to come out and vote for it. I mean, it was really amazing to see.
If you want to show some hometown pride, you can visit tankoftheyear.com and boost Russellville to the top. Voting closes on October 13th. Well, there's always a need for adopting pets and giving a furry friend a forever home. And with the spooky season approaching, you might be thinking about getting a black cat. But you may not know what comes with the responsibility. And with any pet you adopt, you must be aware that it takes time for any animal to get comfortable.
I have two at my house that I've adopted myself, and I've got one still. I guess I've had him for 2 months, and he's still adjusting.
You never know what any animal has gone through before being in an animal shelter. So before you adopt, prepare as much as possible for what may come. For more ways to get prepared for an animal, visit aspca.org. It's about that time. As the spooky season approaches, there are a few things you might want to consider. If you are planning on doing any famous Halloween traditions, of course, trick-or-treating, lighting candles in your pumpkins, when it comes to these traditions, they can be quite dangerous, especially the candles. You might want to make some changes.
From Halloween to Christmas through Thanksgiving, people like them for decoration. Some of them use them for religious reasons. But they also estimate that 80 to 85% of these fires could be prevented.
Fire is not the only thing that we should be looking out for. A lot of trick-or-treaters won't be focused on the dangers. Their main goal is just the candy.
Imagine that these kids are not paying attention and think about what what a child's looking for, and they're just trying to get wherever it is they're trying to go quickly. And they're not thinking about traffic, and they're not thinking about cars moving around inside of parking lots.
There are so many things you could look out for. If you want to see more tips, visit WNKY.com. We'll get to more news in just a bit, but let's check back in with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, it's feeling like spooky season.
Yeah, it is. And I know what I'm going to dress as this year for Halloween. Ronnie Ward at BGPD. Ronnie, I'm looking out for you here. You can dress as a weatherman if you want. Here's a look at live radar. Few scattered showers out there, nothing too heavy. We picked up about a ½ inch of rain. Now we're just getting some patchy drizzle across the area with temperatures coming down into the mid-60s. And I think we'll land in the low 60s for overnight lows tonight. And then tomorrow, we're going to feel the chill in the air. Right now, 67 with a south wind at 6. The barometer still falling. I'll take a look at some of those chilly numbers coming up in just a few minutes. But here's a guy that's got some numbers too, Maxwell, with a preview of sports.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, big numbers tonight, especially in that WKU football game. Team was back on the gridiron. Could they stay perfect in conference play? Hint, they had a ginormous first half. Plus, WKU volleyball is back in action. See who they're facing in conference play. That's all coming up in Sports. Morgan.
All right, Maxwell, in health news now tonight, a top executive at the world's largest retailer says popular drugs like Ozempic could end up slimming grocery store sales. Carter Evans reports on the correlation between cutting calories and possible cuts to the bottom line.
It turns out popular drugs used to suppress appetite like Ozempic and Wegovy may have an economic side effect. People who take them appear to be buying less food at Walmart, where today Elodie Nicholas got her prescriptions and her groceries.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that I'm buying less.
She started taking Ozempic after having 2 heart attacks, and she's lost 36 pounds since May. Has it changed what you eat?
100%. The sweet stuff, it just literally turns my stomach. My shopping cart used to be overflowed because I'd have all the junk and the sodas and all that. Now it's less than half of what it used to be.
Walmart has one of the most sophisticated systems for collecting data on its shoppers. And U.S. CEO John Furner told Bloomberg they've seen smaller checkouts from people taking these medications. We do see a slight pullback in overall basket. Less units, slightly less calories.
Does it surprise you that Walmart's looking at this sort of data?
I think every large retailer is looking at this sort of data. They have the data through their loyalty programs.
Leo Feller is chief economist at Numerator, a company that analyzes shopping receipts from millions of people.
And then we use that data to help inform retailers, to help inform food manufacturers.
Healthcare providers wrote more than 9 million prescriptions for drugs used for weight loss in the last 3 months of 2022. And Morgan Stanley estimates 7% of the U.S. population will be taking these medications by 2035.
Over the course of the next 10 years, this will likely change the way that consumers shop and what consumers are buying.
For Elodie Nicholas and her husband, that's already happened.
I buy the groceries, so it's also helping him to eat healthy.
Now, as more people start taking these medications, an analysis by Jefferies Financial Group suggests that snack makers like Hershey's, Kellogg, and Hostess could be affected, but even airlines could benefit with lower fuel costs as customers lose weight. Walmart did not respond to our inquiries. Carter Evans, CBS News, Burbank, California.
Well, some of the nation's largest cancer centers continue to deal with widespread shortages of life-saving chemotherapy drugs. Overall, the majority of surveyed centers reported a lack of at least one type of oncology medication. The survey found that among 29 U.S. cancer centers, more than 70% reported an insufficient supply of chemotherapy medication carboplatin. And it's National Depression Screening Day. New research is shining a light on the importance of diagnosing this mental health condition and how effective screening can be to help identify people considering suicide. It's one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. More people died from suicide last year than any other year on record. That's according to provisional data.
One of the key aspects of
preventing suicide is being able to identify individuals who are most vulnerable to attempting suicide.
That's why Craig Bryan and his colleagues at the Ohio State College of Medicine and Wesleyan University started studying patient screening methods at primary care clinics. The researchers believe traditional screenings for suicidal thoughts would be most effective at identifying which patients were most likely to attempt suicide. That wasn't what they found.
The key finding was that the most effective way to identify patients who would eventually attempt suicide was to screen them for depression.
The researchers found that screening for depression correctly identified more patients who would go on to attempt suicide than traditional suicide screening.
Primary care healthcare providers should really be focusing on identifying patients who have depression, and then that might serve as a gateway for determining who might need additional treatment and intervention to prevent suicide.
Researchers hope to study screenings more in the future. Now, this study involved military primary care clinics. They'd like to research civilians and other healthcare settings to see if their findings are replicated. Well, still to come on News 40 at 10, and an apparent abrupt change from a campaign pledge, President Biden is waiving more than 20 federal regulations in order to build new border barriers. The latest details from Washington in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibeam. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. Raise money for our local Humane Society while indulging in some good eats. Plus, we'll help you in the work week with a smile in tomorrow's Feel Good Friday. These stories only on News 40 Sunrise.
Oh, what's up? You watching the game? Or maybe the one later? Put a little BetMGM action on it now. Any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, you're in it every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball. Maybe it's not even a ball. Who needs a ball? Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hole, a lap. Right from the edge of your seat. Hit them with the promo.
I usually vote Republican, but I'm also voting for Andy Beshear. I definitely feel that Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the floor. Andy's the guy that's been bringing the two parties together. Beshear's brought a lot of good jobs to the state of Kentucky. He makes sure that the police have everything they need to keep us safe. Andy cut the income tax. That's a big deal, huge deal. I voted for Trump because I felt he was putting the American people first. I'm going to support Andy because I do feel he's putting Kentucky first.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, a rainy night to follow up our rainy day that we had.
Yeah, and it's just about over. Okay. Just about. We just have a couple of more hours of maybe some light rain and drizzle, and then it's going to be gone, and then that's when the colder air starts to come in. You're going to know it because the winds are going to kick up tomorrow. And it's like, okay, here it comes. All right, so let's check things out right now with a temperature of 67. The cold front's still back to the west, so we haven't dropped all that much, and I don't think we'll drop only a few degrees more this evening. South wind at 6, and the barometer falling with the approach of the cold front, and you can see out there from our tower cam in Smiths Grove as you look along I-65 and back there where they're building Buc-ee's. You can see some of that drizzle and a little bit of patchy fog that is showing up as well. So expect that tonight if you're going to be out and about this evening. 76 was our high, and for the first time in a long time, we actually hit the normal for the day. It's been a while since we've done that. 63 was our low, and we picked up at the airport, 0.42 of an inch of rain. And I was saying that we'll probably end up about, give or take, 0.3 of an inch. We actually picked up a little bit more, and you saw some of the Mesonet numbers showing around a ½ inch once you round up everything. But are we still running behind? Yes, we are. Since September 1st to today, 2.64 inches officially for Bowling Green. The normal is 4.27, so we're still showing a deficit of 1.63. So whatever fell today didn't really help in the big picture, but it kept us from getting too far behind. We still have some little catching up to do, and we're not going to see rain again until about a week from today. Here's the next 40 hours with those showers still pushing eastward. The cold front's going to come through about 4:30 in the morning. You won't really be able to tell much of a difference, except we'll start to get winds coming in from the west and northwest, and the breezy air will start to pick up a little bit more tomorrow morning for the drive into work. I think we could even start with some clouds, patchy drizzle, and some fog. There's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's not until the afternoon do the skies begin to clear up a little bit more. We'll see some sun. Here's a little leg of energy, just a little piece of energy that's going to slide through tomorrow afternoon with maybe just a sprinkle or two, and then that's when the colder air really starts to take over tomorrow night, when we dip down to near 40 for an overnight low. And then maybe the night after that, Saturday night into Sunday morning, possibly upper 30s. I don't think we'll see any frost here. Some of the more protected areas might see some patchy frost. But as far as widespread frost, not yet. It's not quite time for that yet, but we're getting close. All right, the forecast calling for sunshine after we get through some of the clouds tomorrow, and 73. Then we go 60 to 63 Saturday and Sunday, 68 for Monday and Tuesday, 72 Wednesday, mid-70s next Thursday, with that next chance of showers coming in. But it's going to be another dry week ahead. This time, though, cooler. We're back with more News 40 at 10. Stay tuned.
Feels good to be home. For a limited time, Ashley is offering 0% interest for 60 months. Plus, your first 3 payments are on us. Get this dining set in time for the holidays for just $41 a month. Shop today and pay nothing till 2024. Only at Ashley.
Now through October 13th, you can join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $10 a month. With free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, it's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 13th.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features P. Rose. To benefit CASA of South Central Kentucky, see the full lineup at WNKY.com.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't right. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent. Gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/Soki Survivor.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric.
Feels good to be home. Plan ahead and get your home ready for the holidays at Ashley. For a limited time, buy one, get one half off store-wide. Bring home this sofa and its matching love seat is half off. Shop now, spend less, and get more. Only at Ashley.
The Biden administration is waiving more than 20 federal laws and regulations in order to build several new border barriers in South Texas. The decision is an abrupt change from a campaign pledge made by then-candidate Joe Biden. The president defended his decision, saying he has no choice because the funding was approved specifically for a border wall. Nancy Cordes has more details from the White House.
18-foot-high steel panels will be installed along a 20-mile stretch of the Rio Grande near McAllen, Texas. They are meant to stop scenes like this, hundreds of migrants racing towards the U.S. border on Tuesday night. President Biden insisted today he didn't want to build the wall, but that his hands were tied by a law Congress passed in 2019.
They have to use the money for what was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
But his own Homeland Security Secretary, traveling in Mexico, said they do work. Secretary Mayorkas issued a notice stating there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers in order to prevent unlawful entries into the United States. Immigration is a sensitive political issue for President Biden, who made this campaign promise in 2020.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
But as illegal border crossings have surged above 200,000 last month alone, even some of his political allies have grown critical. In Chicago, hundreds of migrants are sleeping on the sidewalks outside police stations. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker wrote, the federal government's lack of intervention and coordination at the border has created an untenable situation for Illinois. New York City's Democratic mayor has also been outspoken and issued this warning in Mexico today.
We want to give a real picture of what's happening in New York City. We are at capacity.
The Biden administration announced on Thursday it will be restarting deportations of Venezuelans to their home country. Venezuelans made up nearly a quarter of all migrants trying to cross the border in September. Nancy Cordes, CBS News, the White House.
Well, stay with us when we come back. News 40's Maxwell Trink is in the studio with a look at sports. That's next.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
Now with Spectrum, you can get your favorite shows, sports, and streaming content in one place. Introducing Xumo Streambox. Now it's easier than ever to search across live TV, on demand, and the most popular streaming apps to find exactly what you want to watch. It's streaming simplified. Get a free Xumo Streambox when you add Spectrum TV today.
Grab some amazing lunch and make a local impact.
And join us every week for Food Truck Friday.
Come on down to the corner of 10th and Chestnut for delicious food on Fridays.
A portion of your lunch purchase will support a local charity. Plus, I'll match and guarantee a $500 donation.
Check out the full Food Truck Friday lineup at WNKY.com.
Food Truck Fridays are brought to you by Flora Templeton Stewart. Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games today on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Welcome into sports. Domination is what happened on national television when it came down to the Top's first half tonight. WKU took on La Tech. They're still taking them on right now. Score at the moment is 35-21 with about 5 minutes left in the ball game. Malachi Corley, an impressive day. 5 passes for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half alone. As the Tops continue to look for win number 2, we'll see if the Tops can pull it out. Meanwhile, on October 12th, head coach Steve Lutz and the WKU basketball team will be traveling to Barron County High School for an open practice and scrimmage. The Barron County Takeover event will be open to the public and will begin at 6. After the scrimmage, fans can get autographs as well as some NIL merch. The WKU tennis team is set to begin their fall season in Murfreesboro at the MTSU Invitational. The Tops will take on Tennessee State, Bellarmine, Lipscomb, MTSU, and EKU throughout the course of the weekend. They begin tomorrow at 1 p.m. as they go up against Tennessee State in some singles action. And the WKU volleyball team is getting set to continue conference play at home, traveling to Liberty University earlier this week. The team swept the Flames this week, moved to 4-0 in CUSA play. They'll be hosting Jacksonville State this weekend. And the Tennessee Titans are gearing up for a divisional matchup with the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, you can catch all that action on CBS 40. In 14 career games against the Colts, Derrick Henry has over 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns. Offensive coordinator Tim Kelly spoke on how he's prepping for the game against the Indies.
When you look at Derrick, he's had a lot of success against a lot of teams. You know, each year is a different year. Each team's a different team. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure that our game plan is sound and is take advantage of what our guys do well and trying to put them in the best position to be successful.
That's sports. We'll be right back.
Ford's is celebrating our 87th anniversary with a huge sale. Everything store-wide is on sale, and get up to 72 months no-interest financing. Save on bedrooms to sofas and dinettes to recliners during our anniversary sale going on now at Ford's Furniture.
The word, not the germ. Reminder to wash your hands for at least the full 20 seconds with soap and warm water. Together, let's keep our family and friends safe.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
There are so many different ways that you can volunteer at Hope Harbor. I am a part of the fundraising committee. I'm a hospital advocate, so I'm able to be there for those survivors. There is no one else that does this type of work like we do when we go to the hospitals and support those survivors.
The work that I do through Hope Harbor means really everything to me. Being a survivor myself, the organization allows me to provide the care and the support that I wasn't afforded.
There are so many ways to help Hope Harbor accomplish their mission, ending sexual violence.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
All right, guys, how do we feel about aliens? Real, not real? Who knows, right? Well, if you can prove it, you could win $1 million. The doorbell camera company Ring is actually holding a competition. It's actually asking people to capture evidence of extraterrestrial life.
There's one.
Kind of like
must have
that,
had
right?
so much fun making that video.
You have
Unless
to
that really is an alien.
Well, I mean, it looked convincing, but you have to catch it on your Ring device, of course. The company says a space expert will review submissions to, look for proof. But, if the skeptics, they can win too. If they are offering $500 Amazon gift cards for the most creative fake.
There he is again.
I don't know if that's fake, though. I'm going to need an expert opinion on that one.
Just a little update in the WKU game. It's now 35-27. They're going for the PAT right now, La Tech. So it's going to be really close after a dominant start for the Tops.
Heating up.
Ooh.
Yes.
And I guess there's not much time left.
No. No, a little bit 3 minutes left.
Okay, all right. Not much time left for us. 73 tomorrow. We'll start out with a little drizzle, then the sun will reappear.
Good to hear, Chris. Thank you so much. Thank you at home. We'll see you in the morning.